In 1929, inside the Topkapi Palace in Istanbul, a discovery was made that would leave modern science completely speechless. A fragment of a map drawn in 1513 by the legendary Ottoman admiral Piri Reis. At first glance, it looked like an ordinary medieval sea chart, but as experts zoomed in, chills ran down their spines. The map didn't just show the coastlines of Europe and Africa with impossible accuracy. It depicted the northern coast of Antarctica, a continent that official history claims was discovered only in the year 1820. But the real horror wasn't just its presence on the map. The map showed Antarctica completely free of ice, with rivers, mountains, and green plains. How could an Ottoman cartographer know the shape of a continent buried under a mile of solid ice for thousands of years? Was he using charts from a lost advanced ancient civilization? Tonight, we dive into the dark secret of the world's most mysterious map. To understand how terrifying this map is, we have to look at the timeline of human history. In 1513, Christopher Columbus had only recently crossed the Atlantic. Ferdinand Magellan hadn't even begun his voyage around the globe. Yet, Piri Reis's map shows the exact longitudinal relationship between South America and Africa. In the 16th century, calculating longitude was mathematically impossible. Sailors didn't have the marine chronometers needed for such precise measurements. Those wouldn't be invented for another 200 years. Yet here it was, drawn perfectly on gazelle skin. But it gets weirder. Piri Reis himself wrote notes on the margins of the map. He openly admitted that he was not the original discoverer of these lands. He wrote that he compiled this map from over 20 older charts. Some of these source maps, he claimed, belonged to the era of Alexander the Great, and others were thousands of years old. Who drew those original maps? What kind of global technology existed in remote antiquity that history books are hiding from us? In 1949, a joint British-Swedish scientific expedition conducted a deep seismic survey of Antarctica. They used advanced sonar technology to look beneath the massive, miles-thick ice sheet. Their goal was to map the actual landmass underneath the ice, the Queen Maud Land. What they found shocked the scientific world to its core. The subglacial topography, the mountains and rivers hidden under the ice, matched the Piri Reis map with absolute precision. The map didn't just guess the coastline, it perfectly traced the subglacial mountain ranges that no human eyes had seen for millennia. But how could a 16th century map capture features hidden beneath miles of solid ice? To answer this, we must look at a stunning piece of modern history. In 1960, Professor Charles Hapgood sent a formal inquiry to the United States Air Force Strategic Air Command, asking them to verify the impossible features of the Piri Reis map. The official response he received from the commander, Colonel Harold Ohlmeyer, remains a shocking classified anomaly in modern archaeology. Colonel Ohlmeyer officially stated, and I quote, "The geographical details shown in the lower part of the map agree remarkably well with the results of the seismic profile made across the top of the ice cap by the Swedish-British Antarctic expedition of 1949. We have no idea how the data on this map can be reconciled with the supposed state of geographical knowledge in 1513. Think about that. The highest levels of modern military intelligence looked at this 500-year-old map and confessed that they were completely baffled. They confirmed that the subglacial mountain ranges were perfectly traced. Furthermore, satellite technology has recently revealed that if you stripped away all the ice from Antarctica today, the continent would not be a single piece of land. It would actually be a chain of massive islands separated by deep underwater straits. And guess what? Piri Reis didn't draw a solid continent. He drew a series of distinct land masses, exactly mimicking what lies deep beneath the frozen void. Who could see through a mile of solid ice thousands of years ago? Was it a highly advanced human civilization lost to time, or did the original mapmakers possess a scanning technology that exceeds our modern capabilities? The deeper we dig into these official military confirmations, the more the traditional story of human history begins to shatter. According to mainstream geology, the Antarctic ice sheet is millions of years old. If that is true, it means the original source maps used by Piri Reis had to be drawn before Antarctica was covered in ice. This forces us to face a disturbing conclusion. An advanced seafaring civilization with global mapping capabilities was charting the Earth tens of thousands of years ago. A civilization that completely vanished from our history. In the late 1950s, a brilliant college professor named Charles Hapgood took the Piri Reis map to the United States Air Force Strategic Air Command. Experts examined the map using modern cartographic techniques, and what they discovered was mind-blowing. The map used a very specific, highly sophisticated grid system known as an equidistant projection. But there was a catch. To draw a map using this projection, the center point must be chosen perfectly. When the Air Force calculated the center of the Piri Reis map, it landed directly on Cairo, Egypt. But why Cairo? Why would an ancient mapmaker choose this specific location as the absolute center of a global projection system? To understand this, we have to look at the bizarre geometry of our planet. Modern geographic calculations have revealed a mind-blowing fact. The Great Pyramid of Giza in Cairo sits at the exact geographical center of the Earth's total landmass. It is the unique point where the lines of latitude and longitude intersect the maximum amount of land across the entire globe. This means that whoever created the original source charts used by Piri Reis didn't just pick Cairo by accident. They knew the exact dimensions of the Earth. They knew the precise layout of every continent on this planet. To calculate the equidistant projection from this exact epicenter requires advanced spherical trigonometry, a level of mathematics that simply did not exist in the 16th century, and certainly not during the time of the pharaohs according to standard history books. Furthermore, this Cairo alignment completely challenges the narrative of isolation. It suggests that the ancient world was mapped from a singular, highly organized scientific command center located in Egypt thousands of years ago. A center that possessed global coordinates long before the invention of the compass or the telescope. The mathematical precision embedded in these lines is a silent proof of a technology that we are only now beginning to comprehend. Even more shocking, the distortions on the outer edges of the map, like South America and Antarctica, perfectly match what you would see if you took a satellite photograph of the Earth from high orbit, directly above Egypt. How is this possible? How could ancient source maps have a perspective that mimics modern satellite imagery? It suggests that whoever mapped the Earth thousands of years ago wasn't just sailing on wooden ships. They might have been looking down at the planet from the skies. The Piri Reis map is not an isolated anomaly. There are other ancient charts like the Orontius Finaeus map and the Mercator map, which also show a distinct ice-free Antarctica with incredible detail. Together, they form a puzzle that mainstream archaeology refuses to touch. If we accept what this map is telling us, we have to rewrite everything we know about human progress. It proves that our history is not a straight line from cavemen to modern technology. Instead, it suggests a cyclical history where humanity reaches global, advanced heights, only to be wiped out by a cataclysm, leaving nothing behind but faint echoes on pieces of parchment. Are we looking at the proof of an advanced pre-Ice Age civilization, or is there an even deeper, more extraterrestrial secret behind the charts that guided the kings and admirals of the ancient world? The evidence is written in ink, staring us in the face. The question is, are we brave enough to accept the truth? Thanks for watching ZoneZero. Don't forget to subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, keep questioning reality.